Previously on Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney.
I stumbled upon a small device so kind. It was like,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Even the fucking blind lady found that thing. You cannot tell me it isn't fucking important by this point. Wow, how about that? It's actually the key to solving this whole case. Wow, who would have fucking thunk it? Who would have fucking thunk it? Except everybody who's gone down this fucking hallway. Now back to screeching at people. Hello. This is NicoB, back with some more Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. When we last left off, we investigated more on this crazy case of freaking massive torpedo-headed evil demon lords who are going out killing random Interpol agents. I don't really know what reason that guy had. I'm betting it might be that he's doing some illegal shit and the guy caught him up on something. But we're pretty certain it's gotta be Darian because he cut our interview with Maki short, so we didn't get to hear what he said. I'm betting Clavier's gonna be pretty defensive of Darian. I mean, he's still one of the governors, so I don't think he's gonna let it go without a fight. So I will have to slay Clavier if I have to. Anyway, let's get started. July 10th, 9:49 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh good, am I getting a pep talk this time?
well, this is it.
Today's the day it all goes down to Funky Town, baby. And then there was yesterday. Let's flash back. Actually, no, you know what him telling me off reminds me of that guy dying in my arms. It's me, Zava, sorry. You know, I like to imagine, I mean, if someone just plays through this case straight through, this would make this even more annoying. Like, this would make this extra annoying, because you're just like, I literally just saw that! And considering it's the last scene in before we save our games, even if someone came back, I'm pretty fucking sure they're not gonna forget it that easily. Let's give us 5 more minutes to call back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving.
Darian, wait!
I never liked you, either of you. Wow, dude, way to just like spell it out for us. Might as well just say, oh, by the way, I'm fucking evil. Bye. Huh? By the way, this is an actual torpedo on my head.
Darn it, we were so close, he was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo.
He wants to hear what Maki had to say. All right, let's watch that again because I don't think the player got it yet.
Okay.
Whoosh. Fuck. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Bang. Ah! What was that? Oh God, I've been shot. Oh fucking. Bleh. And then apologize. The end. Oh God, dang it. He is heard but unseen.
Who's that talking?
Ah! Who fucking else would it be? Hold on, Graham, right? Whoa! Actually, I think I said it's actually pronounced Grammary because I noticed that there was a scene last video where Apollo pronounces it like it's spelled out Grammary. Oh, what do you guys say? Do you think the name might be based off Grimoire? So Valiant Grimoire or something? That's a possibility. I don't really know what that would mean, but I mean, I have no fucking other clue what it could be. So anyway, I think it's pronounced Grammary. Although it says fucking rye, all right? Have you ever had rye bread? Using the door like an average muggle, no less. Did you just say muggle? What? Holy Harry Potter copyright infringement, bro! Oh my God! What? Wait, that wasn't. I'm pretty sure Harry Potter. That wasn't a thing before it, was it? Was it? That's not like some generic thing for normal people who aren't like wizards. Is it? I was pretty sure the first time I had ever heard that word was Harry Potter, right? I thought so. Maybe not though. And in which case, you should sound like a total dumbass, Nico. But if it is, someone better call J.K. Rowling. She'd be like,
oh, where the fuck is my huge paycheck for this game? You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valant?
aha! About Monster's proposition. Yeah, I feel like you're probably here for later stuff. I don't think you have really anything to do with this. How can I stand upon the stand? My stand. Why my secrets would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That's why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day.
Ooh, with vanishing magic?
Indeed. I will simply walk through that door and get in my car and drive away. I will jump on an express train and express myself over to the next town over. Okay, so essentially the same thing. Before I go, a word of warning.
Warning? What?
A grand Grammary. Glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. Glamour?
a spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. You mean super ultimate logical bullshit? You tell me there is some more bullshit? Cause come on, baby, give it to me.
The last bit of stuff we were saying was bullshit. Isn't bullshit enough for me?
Truthfully, though it pains me to part, so I need to get in line for a ticket.
Oh, smack me in the face. Farewell.
And there he goes, and a puff of exhaust smoke from his car.
You sure seemed happy about that illusion thing.
Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things like people or elephants or the Eiffel Tower or anything really.
So he's talking about what we saw at the concert.
Lamar's disappearing act.
And the prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar.
Now that's rock and roll, baby.
What are you meant by being at the root of all that has happened?
Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Oh, and I'm apologizing. It's not fine. I just need to say that one last time. Excuse me, sir. Hey, what's up? Oh, God, it's that really weird white-haired kid. Yes? Yeah, that's right. I haven't actually aged any since any of the previous Phoenix Wright games. I'm like the judge. I'm fucking immortal.
You will never die.
The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. Trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh. I guess we'll just go out and play on the seesaw or something. The seesaw, us for fucking pussies. Real men get on the fucking monkey bars. I do that shit like every day like a fucking pro. Yeah. Oh, where do you think these guns come from, baby? Oh, yeah. It does help that I don't actually have a torso or any legs.
This thing happened? This is the first? It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business. Great. I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas.
Shut up, you little fucker. Don't you dare ask what I was watching last night. It was porn. Oh, damn it, I told him.
Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? I believe it was mentioned that Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. The Chief Justice's son.
Oh, that's right. Is that gonna be, like, relevant somehow?
I feel it seems like sort of like a random thing they brought up here, right? Is it amazing for the next case?
Remember yesterday morning you just said he had to go visit him after the trial.
Please don't oh, thank God. There's an article about it in the newspaper. Learn to read, loser. If you care to read about it yourself. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick that in your pocket for you.
Oh, okay, that's... I don't have a pocket at where my zipper is.
Oh my freaking God. And curious, where have I heard that before? If I fucking forgot that already, I swear to God.
Okay, so that is, it's really this case, essentially. So the Incuritis thing, he's trying, I'm betting then Maki must be getting it for this guy, right? I thought maybe it would be for Lemoire, but... So that's how it relates to this case. Okay, good.
I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV Guide page to me.
Ha! Remember when we had TV guides in the newspaper way to do that shit? For DVRs?
What, we fucking cavemen? Oh my God.
Trying to lose the page with the funnies if you can. Gotta keep up my amazing sense of humor.
July 10th, 10:30 a.m., District Court, Quarter number 3. Oh, for fuck's sake, you're all doing it on purpose now, aren't you? No, nothing. No, I can't take the silence. My apologies for the delay. Court's now in session for the trial of, how do you say his name again?
Maki Dobai, our suspect fortissimo.
Right, that guy. It's trial in any case.
Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock.
And roll! Oh, Jesus Christ, not this early in the morning, Clavier. Fuck me. I'm gonna have my morning bagel and turkey sandwich.
Something wrong, Your Honor?
Oh, well, yes. Shows I've been friends with Chief Justice since we were students. Basically see him going through such a difficult time.
Incuritis, was it? The article said there's no known cure.
I cannot believe we've already forgotten about it. Like, seriously, like, we have the, maybe that's why we get flashbacks so often. It's not for our sake, it's for the fucking characters in this game. They can't remember anything past 5 minutes ago.
And Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law.
Indeed. Oh God, I'm glad he didn't say rock and roll. Oh yes, that too. Ah, damn it. Left off quite the juncture yesterday. Oh, for fucking fuck's sake. I asked Interpol about the number. Blah, blah, blah. Interested in this number was Romain Latouche. Thanks for looking into it, Detective Croissant. Oh, he's no problem, Yana. I'll be heading out.
Who said that?
Wait, that voice just now, it sounds like the Hamburglar! You stole my hamburger, you asshole!
What the fuck? You know, I would love that if they just did that, like, just out of fuck nowhere. They just changed the flashback entirely to some random thing. Like, I don't think that's how that happened, Your Honor. No, not exactly like that.
Mr. Latusa, I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Dorian.
Oh, no fucking way. Oh, I am so shocked. Oh, quite a sensational ending. Would have thought Diane would guest star in the season cliffhanger as a suspect. I ask the prosecutor to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings. Diane Kashen is a member of my band, the Governors. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges.
And your reason is?
Because he's my bro. Weren't you aware, Air Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. An alibi? Let's review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on that night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Governors ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage. The only performers appearing were myself, Lemoire, and Maki. I almost feel like, along with a drummer and a bassist for a total of 5. I almost feel like it's gotta be some kind of bullshit for him to be able to do this. Like, if he was on stage and everyone could see him there, like, how did he kill the guy? Maybe he killed him earlier? He shot him earlier in between sets? But I mean, he got shot. No, I don't know, because I mean, we still heard the shots unless he set up like a fake thing to, I don't know, some fake shots or something. But somehow, maybe he did it earlier, but that would have meant the guy stayed alive for that long after being shot point blank range with a fucking 45. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the 3rd set. Lamoire and the defendant, Maki Toba, had left the stage at that point, and the Governors were already rocking. Oh good, to see him die again. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Anima Sky, mind you.
And Apollo, you heard them too, right?
I sure ding-dong doodly did.
Furthermore, Lamoire herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime. And when she claims to have heard Mr. Latouche and Detective Crescent talking. But that's impossible! Right now, Crescent was... Precisely. Detective Crescent was on stage, getting his groove on, no less. Voila! A perfect alibi. Does the defense have anything to add to this?
It's true, when I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up.
It appears the defense has no objections. It's gotta be. It's gotta be that he did it earlier. That's the only I could think of. Unless it's through magic, like that little yellow banana said. I believe we can safely say Daria Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged. Which means the Lemoire was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true. Very well, of course, we disregard her testimony. Well, I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections.
Oh, Apollo, he declares a verdict now.
But Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lemoire must have been lying to protect Maki. How can I rely on her testimony?
Wait a demon second.
What about yesterday in the detention center?
Oh, for fucking fuck's sake. Beep, 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 beep.
About the case? What about the case?
Want to tell us about Mr. Latuse's death? Oh, he's gonna tell us something. This meeting's over. Remember that flashback we had of this a second ago? Let's see it again.
Oh, Darian, what are the oodly doodly odds?
Maki was trying to tell us something, I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him.
Under oath. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, Gore finds defendant her. What the ball sack was his name again? Objection! Hold it! Your Honor. Oh, no, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquise or... No. Mr. Justice?
Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I'd like to call another witness.
Exactly who else do you need to hear from?
A witness who until now has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English.
You don't mean?
I do. The defense calls defendant Maki Toba to the stand.
Well, well, he doesn't speak English. Yeah, but we have Lemoire, right?
We use an interpreter.
Interpreter, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases, such as I love you and where's the toilet? And slap my ass harder.
Okay, I didn't need to know that last one. Defense would like to request Lamoire as the interpreter.
Lamoire? Well, there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant.
Would she be interpreting for the defendant? Why would she lie?
This is most unusual, but what else is new?
Oh, bravo, Airport. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lamoire lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal.
Finally, some progress.
Bailiff!
Yes, G.
Oh, God, you're fast. We show the defendant and Lamoire to the witness stand.
Okie dokie.
I suppose there is first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with. If you would, Lamoire.
Yes. He says Maki Tobai, the defendant.
Certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really need interpretation of that message in particular.
So far, so good. Okay, we've literally... All right, he said his name. So far, so good.
Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would.
Huh? If I would, what, Your Honor?
Well, why? You call the defendant to stand in here now, you little shit! You better not be wasting my fucking time! What would you have to testify about?
What do I want him to testify about? Oh, I hadn't thought that far yet.
Paulo!
I'll just do that. I'll just say hold it a lot. That usually works.
Or could you go to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday?
How can if I don't know what he was saying?
Excuse me a moment, if I might speak.
Yes, Lamoire?
Just now, Maki said there was something about which he wishes to testify.
Maki wants to testify about something? What could it be?
What sort of testimony are you talking about?
One moment, please.
Suspense is killing me. My hair is tingling.
What?
What?
Well, Lamoire?
According to Maki, he has proof of his innocence.
Why the dicks do you take so long to tell us about that?
This is a surprise.
Yahoo! Victory, Apollo! We did it!
Yeah! High five!
You sound too good to believe, and I know what that usually means. Gal would be using that high five sound effect a lot, Lily.
Well, that's true. This final testimony. Lamoire! I mean, Maki! We stand what? Testify to the court.
Very well.
I feel like that kid is like a younger mini foreign Elton John.
Although Elton John is English, but more foreign.
He says that the word of Mr. Tusa's death came as a great shock. But if the killer truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is he, could not have done it. He says that because of the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them.
Oh. I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics of the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely.
I wonder what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lamoire to know the meaning of that song.
Lamoire, did you ever explain the lyrics of the song to him?
I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked.
Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lamoire might be protecting the witness.
Well, anyway, let's proceed with the cross-examination. Justice, if you would.
I don't know. I almost feel like maybe he does understand. So he's still pretending. Oh, I'm only saying because there was that scene earlier where I tried to talk to him and my bracelet like reacted, and I figured it meant he was like lying about his English, not knowing English.
Apollo even says he can't understand us, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony. I know it. I also have to trust my bracelet to tell me where.
Yes, good. Trust me, Apollo, and I will give you the power to become an X-Men.
Who do you have another laser fight? I kind of want to have another laser fight.
It worked yesterday. It will work today.
All right, proof of innocence. Okay, so this is the word Mr. Tusa's death came from as great shock. I see. Okay, so I'm guessing I'll be focusing on him, right? Not her. I would hope. I think it's gonna be where it says he doesn't know English, right? Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna bet it's on his mouth. Or in English. Wait for it, doesn't. Does. No. Eyes. Her mouth. God, Maki, you're not even blinking, bro. Oh! Yep. Oh, hey, if I hit... Oh, that's actually a useful thing to know. If I hit triangle during the middle of it, I can just skip the damn... Because the lyrics were in English. Gotcha, bitch! Okay, there we are. Why is he twitching at the lyrics are in English? They are in English.
Maki, you can't fool my eyes. You can't fool my big bowling ball-shaped eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lemore said the word English. Why?
Oh.
Don't bother interpreting that. He understands me.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. I fucking demon knew it.
Maki, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you?
What are you saying? Of course you can't.
Let's continue this charade.
It's just as Maki says, I know the word English.
Huh?
Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language, that is all.
What? Give me a break.
It's such an unusual word to understand. Do you not? No Espanol, for instance.
Well, yeah, but...
Sorry, but he truly does not understand your language.
Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics?
Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? Simple, so simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper.
The newspaper.
Lie. There we are. Wrong. Except the newspaper doesn't mention anything about the fucking, it doesn't mention anything about the song. Doesn't mention the lyrics to Landwarm's ballad. Oh, and your stupid demon face.
Oh shit, there's a fly in the room. Oh shit. Fly. Oh god, he's on my eye. Somebody I can't blink. I can't get him off. Oh, never mind, I got him.
Porcinian Daily Bugle, you can buy it in these countries these days, you know. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland.
I was right.
What is wrong with just your eyes? They are quite fierce all of a sudden.
I still got bits of fly in there, though. Maki is lying. It's time to show them the proof that he's lying.
Yeah! Take that!
I have here a Borginian newspaper, the Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact.
What are the odds I would just come across that in Clavier's office? I will say, sometimes it does seem very, like the evidence that I get can be, like, so ridiculously, like, what are the odds I would have that, you know? For this one instance, like, very circumstantial.
Indeed, there's a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Maki? That's right, it doesn't mention the lyrics.
What? What is this all about?
I'm sorry, Maki. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper. Ha!
I win! Or wait, actually I lose now. What does this mean?
But I don't see how it's possible. I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes.
Mark Boss, the subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself.
So the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in the courtroom. In English, no less.
The witness will explain himself.
Maki says,
Yes?
it is true I read the newspaper, but this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember.
You remember?
He says he heard of the lyrics from me.
What? Damn it, Apollo, stop making that derpy favorite face of yours. Is this true, Lenoir?
Yes, I'm afraid I've forgotten it myself.
It looks like F4 has been jumping to conclusions again.
Seems so, yes.
No.
No!
I was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away.
I was an issue today. We just already finished with the cross-examination. Fuck you, man. All right, that's fucking bullshit. Why, we usually never let people just go and change it. Well, actually, yeah, we do. We do it all the fucking time, don't we? You know, it's like, I'll let you change your testimony once, even twice. But a third time, that's probably can also get excused. That fourth time, maybe I'll say something.
What are you gonna do, Apollo?
If I'm going to keep on cross-examining, I better have an angle of attack. Or else. My brace is still reacting.
Yes, hurry up and fire more lasers at the false ship.
Your Honor, please allow me to continue.
All right, if you fire another laser in my wall again, though, I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna bash my fucking gavel into your skull. You must. Very well, witness.
Understand.
As I explained, the
that crime follow the song. All right. This time she's the one lying. Gotcha!
Lemoire, I'm currently cross-examining Maki. Why should you be uncertain?
Me? Me uncertain?
Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained.
So there's little point in trying to hide anything from you.
Right, nothing can escape my bulging glare. Lemoire, are you indeed protecting someone?
That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself.
Then allow me to answer for you. Lemoire, you're protecting...
I mean, him, right? Isn't that fucking obvious? Okay, I was like, it seems so obvious. Really? Why did you even ask me that?
Could it be the person that she's translating?
Well, like, really? Why did the game even ask me? I was like, I thought maybe it was a trick question or something.
Lemoire, you were protecting Maki. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime had followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Maki, I believe you didn't do it, really. I trust you. But you lied to us twice.
That's right. I only allow at least 3 more lies before I start doing things.
And now you have Lemoire lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your 2 lies cover a simple truth. You understand English? You have to!
Tell me!
Okay, that was a start. Wasn't quite English, but close enough.
Is this true? Do you understand what the balls are saying to you? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yes, a little, only.
What? What?
First he can see and now he can talk. And you did not know about this, Lemoire.
No, I did not. It's quite a surprise.
How many secrets is the witness hiding? Good God! Are you actually like 38 years old or something? I'm gonna pull some Clover shit on us?
This is last. Maki, could you tell us what really happened?
No shooting. I did no shooting.
So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct?
Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, behind desk. Manager, he on floor.
Which would be after the shooting, right?
Then there is voice.
Voice or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo?
So when Maki went into the dressing room, Mr. Latus had already been shot. And then we came to the door.
Panel high up. I take off. Run away.
So it was you who escaped through the air vent.
Oh, as the prosecution has held all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession?
I'm not dead, shut up!
No, he's clearly denied that he did.
I know shooting. Our manager on floor, already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say. I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This could only mean one thing. He is the shooter.
Does the defendant have anything to say to this?
It's claimed up, Apollo.
Let's ask Mr. Justice, will you require any further testimony for the witness?
Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get to him to testify about? Wait a minute. No, of course there is.
What's this cocoon anyway? Cocoon, the silk is a pure, is a potent cure. Cure? Well, Maki, were you a smuggler?
I stuff things up my butthole.
He won't tell me.
That coon has to have something to do with this. Maki, please tell us the truth for your own sake.
No more speak, not to any of you. So much for your precious
your precious forehead, Air Forehead.
What is your fascination with my forehead?
I don't know. It is just so big and glorious. Your precious trust, Air Forehead.
Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him.
Regardless, this brings us to an impasse.
It does seem the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see other course ready to declare a 5-minute recess. I love doing that. It's my favorite thing to do. Declaring recess. Defense will work things out with defendants so they might recede. Hurry up and get your shit together.
Okay, pep talk time again.
July 10th, 11:23 a.m. Discord defendant lobby number 2.
Apollo, use this.
That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. Oh yeah, high five me.
Believe I know shooting.
Mikey claims Mr. Latus was already down on the ground when he entered the room.
Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it?
Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close, very close. Then I hear voice.
You heard gunshots?
Yes, it's true. I hear revolver, but only sound.
Wait, so you're saying you went to the dressing room and found Mr. Latus already dead and then you heard shots?
I knew it. So I was right. I was fucking right. He died way before we had heard those shots. Those shots were there to distract us. Yes. It's all coming together.
That's true.
So you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots?
And you escaped through the air vent.
I know.
Huh? What do you know?
I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area. Is that what he means?
He's right. Look, Apollo.
Huh? Oh, yeah. But how'd you know it was connected like that?
Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something.
I hear this from Magician.
Magician? Oh.
That also explains the how her trick worked, right?
Don't look at me.
Magician, huh?
I wonder who that could possibly be. You know, but if we said that, I would rip my face off.
And what is that silk thing cure again? Oh, God. And what am I even doing here?
At least we're there clear on one thing. Maki didn't shoot Mr. Latus.
Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then he heard the shots? That one's going to go over well in court. Not!
Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies, damn it! That's what Daddy always told me.
Oh, by the way, I had a number of you guys go like, I still call my dad Daddy, and like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean like that. I wasn't trying to say like, oh God, if you're still saying that, oh, you're such a little kid or something. It's just based on my own relationship with my family. You know, I actually don't think it's that unusual, really. Like, I didn't call my dad Daddy and Mom Mommy, and neither did my sister for very long. And that was just how it was for us. A lot of you guys said you like when you're in public, you would call him like Dad or Mom, but when you're like just the two of you call him Mommy or Daddy or something like that. So
I'll just pretend you misheard him every time. So what do we do?
You sure you won't testify, Maki?
No talking, no.
Come on, man, suck it up. You're about to go to jail and probably die.
Well, it was worth a shot.
I don't know. How does the Japanese law system even work? I mean, do we try juveniles as the same as adults? Are you just gonna execute them or something?
What are you talking about? This is totally an American.
And go, yeah.
Dega-kun.
Can't go home. Can't go home.
I see. So he won't testify back because if they know about it, they're gonna send him back home, and then he's gonna fucking die there. He may not die in Japanifornia, but he sure as fuck will die there.
Going to Virginia. I didn't want to go home. The penalty for taking a coup for Virginia
Is dead.
That's right, it's punishable by death. Of course he's scared. Oh well, I guess we'll have to just try a different approach.
That's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan?
I have no fucking idea. If Maki won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify.
Someone else?
I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there.
Righto!
July 10th, 11:28 a.m. Discord order number 3. Course now back in session. That was too short. Oh, I didn't have any time to get all the monkey bars or finish my juice box. Justice, have you sort things out with the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. He said, fuck you.
All right. Well, then, he's guilty. Yeah. Suck my balls, you little shit. Very well. So will he testify?
Your Honor, the defendant will not testify.
I said a good talk. Well, what?
Shame, and I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Turn the case around. Clavier's gonna beat you. Turn it upside down.
Objection, stop singing.
Overruled. Keep going. Turn the.
Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor.
Different angle?
If Maki won't testify, then I know who will.
I guess. Daryan?
I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, Lamoire.
Oh, Lamar?
Oh ho ho, we doing this again? What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lemoire's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can...
Lamoire was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries.
Oh, right. What happened?
She was assaulted, Your Honor.
Assaulted? Oh my good God almighty!
Someone wanted Lamoire dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself.
What? I've heard no such report.
Prosecutor Gavin, why would anyone be out to kill Lamoire? Can you think of a reason?
Well,
Think of how she's known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Did someone try to keep her mouth shut? Who could that have been? Huh?
You don't think?
I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. Defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out.
so am I to understand that this is what you're saying? Namely that there is a nugget of truth in Lamoire's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover.
Exactly. Nuggets.
Lamar's tax has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. Court will hear Lamar's testimony once more.
God, how many times have I been up here?
Lamoire, I must apologize. We must ask that you stand again and speak.
Can you not apologize?
I must say you look totally fine for someone who almost died yesterday. You don't even have a scratch on you.
I know that Maki is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this.
Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window. And then the voice belonged to Daryan Crescent, yes?
That is correct.
At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed. It was found to be quite soundproof.
You have nothing to say, Mr. Justice?
I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there.
Could it be that the sound traveled through the ventilation or something? I don't know.
There is, it seems, much you do not know.
Yes, my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness could be so kind to testify once more to the court.
Of course, Your Honor.
What I heard.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them. Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot, stopped, and I heard another gunshot. And there was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window.
Perhaps the same as yesterday's testimony.
I am sorry. I'm not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth.
And it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you.
Do I have to repeat myself, man? Lamoire was attacked because of this testimony.
Damn, way to grace some balls there, Apollo. Fuck yeah!
What, Trucy?
Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool.
Yeah! Goddamn right. Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness. You cool little cat, you.
All right, let's do it. That's when I heard them. Mr. Latouche and the detective. Daryan Crescent,
I did not know his name at the time, but yes, it was him, the one who took the stand yesterday.
How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? There's no way you could have heard him.
Because the window at the scene was closed. Is that why?
Of course.
Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions, we won't get anywhere.
That's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try.
What were they talking about? Did you hear anything else? I'm sorry, what were they talking about?
Lamar, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us.
I've given it much reflection, but
I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember.
I only heard one phrase clearly.
A whole phrase?
You remember something that was said?
Flavier's like, no, he fucking, he does. He knows Darion fucking did this shit.
Why didn't you say anything yesterday?
Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said.
This could be it. The clue I've been waiting for. Well, what did he say?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche.
The shooter, then. Darion Crescent.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch. Now.
Press the switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche?
I thought it quite strange myself afterward.
It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Maybe was he talking on his microphone to somebody else? Was that why the microphone was out there? But then who would he be talking to? Strata, scared to shed some light on this.
I mean, sure. I'd be delighted. It's very, very vital. Maybe we get out of that testimony.
Maybe Apollo?
Okay, from the small
Small window heard a phrase says, press the switch now.
All right, I believe it'll be this one, right? Yes!
Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words.
Oh, yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch, say the lights.
True, there wasn't a switch at the scene. But it just so happens I have a switch right here.
Actually does look like a switch, doesn't it?
The problem is, this was not found at the scene of the crime, but on the stage.
The stage?
Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there.
On the stage.
Are you claiming the voice Lemoire heard was of someone commanding another to press the switch?
It's a possibility.
Oh, Air Forehead, I'd call that an impossibility.
Why?
It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lemoire's dressing room. Not to mention that the Governors were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you wanted and not be heard.
Tex's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout.
So too have Air Forehead's cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard.
Sorry. But he wouldn't have needed to shout.
Excuse me.
You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it for you? Because I like doing that. It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh wait, you like evidence, don't you? How about this? Use this, it would be easy to get a message from someone on stage from the dressing room.
No, yes, finally this fucking med set comes into play.
Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this.
Why, that's...
What is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they were inventing while I wasn't looking? Good God, how old are you, man?
It's type of a transmitter, communications device.
Communications device? Hoodly doodly?
Everyone on stage is wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin?
But I didn't auto-scroll that last part.
Ah, yes, actually, they're for talking between band members. We all had one on.
So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, going from the backstage to the stage would be simple.
Oh ho ho! True, but wait, those send out an electric signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, the range is quite limited.
Lamar said it was about 30 feet, right?
Look at this cross-section diagram of the concert forum.
Ah,
exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far. The direct distance is less than 30 feet.
That can't be!
So when Lamar heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on the stage.
Ha! You're claiming this is the switch in question. Why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It could be placed in a pocket and carried away. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact.
Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? When the shooter said, press the switch.
Well, I guess we don't.
Unfortunate situation. Afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it.
I'm sure there was the way to go with this.
What is this switch anyway? We don't even know the basic fact.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
He pressed a switch, and that caused Clavier's guitar to light on fire. And then he shot him right after that or something?
Wait a second. I do know what this switch is. If you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case.
What's up, Apollo? Apollo?
We know about this switch, right? We know what it is.
Yeah?
Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened. Flashback.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no... Wow, I can't believe we did flashback to that. Oh, wow, game. Way to hold back for once. No further information to share concerning the switch.
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Justice.
I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what this switch is.
Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking this switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to explain what the switch is? Wait, I passed it. There it is.
Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this.
Ah, that's...
That what? Is it another one of those new fail phones?
This is an igniter.
What phone looks like this?
Lighter? You mean it's a lighter?
Yes, actually.
You are saying this switch is a remote?
I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter.
What?
Look, I'll show you.
Wow! Judge, you will see the system burning this courtroom down. Now this courtroom.
Judge, I'm sorry. What did I do? Did I actually hand this to you? And then after I said it was a lighter, you held it like...
You're like, oh, cool. I'm going to stick the end that lights up right in my fucking palm of my hand. No, I was just jamming up my nose to light my beer on fire.
What did you think was going to happen, Dum-Dum?
Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I expected.
My whiskers I caught on fire. I swear to God, no amount of bullshit could possibly save you from my wrath.
Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you?
You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you?
Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance.
Wasn't that part of the Today Show, though?
Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned. The guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake.
That's right, he got it in Borsinia from Lamoire. He said the sound was amazing before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes.
The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Here, forehead.
Yes?
Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. You're speaking the shooter's voice heard by Lamoire's, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire.
I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latouche and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught fire.
Well, it does seem to make sense. There's something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Really? Seems pretty simple to me.
Here, forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong.
It's all about Prosecutor Gavin.
Your simple story simply makes no sense. Think, that night my guitar caught fire, yes. The cause may have been this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set.
That's right, of course.
Oh.
Car caught fire during Lamoire's song.
Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set.
Oh, right.
The two are utterly unrelated.
Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. Whole premise for this is faulty. You suck.
See, his story makes no sense.
Are you sure about that?
Exactly you mean, Mr. Justice?
There were two igniters, right? There was one that was inside the guitar, and then we found actually at the scene of the crime.
Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far.
What premise is this specifically?
I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
What's this? But Detective Emma Sky heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act.
Gunshots ring out. And according to his testimony, Maki was in the dressing room at the time.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Assistant? Did Lamar tell us? She said it did happen in the third act or in the second act. I guess did she even mention that?
Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us in this testimony, namely that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting.
This is insane.
Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote trigger igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime scene did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act.
What? What? That goes against the evidence.
What does, Your Honor?
This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of the song, yes?
He's right, look. So the bullet is supposed to come after the fire.
You're thinking about it the wrong way.
Huh?
Oh, I see. I was wondering, I was like, what possible reason could they have to do to the entire lyrics of the song? That's why. They wanted to change our conception of when it happened.
Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through with a little mare for the person doing it.
Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason.
Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics.
You're saying the altar was reversed on purpose? Reversed, Prosecutor Gavin?
If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have come after the guitar burst into flame. Yet Air4 has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire.
Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd follow the lyrics the whole way.
I see. That'll explain this most unusual situation.
It does. The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second.
Oh, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic, for it's flawed from the very beginning.
Flawed?
Yes, a contradiction here, Forehead, one I pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lemoire have heard a voice through it?
Oh.
I know that you would like to divert our attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise.
Right. Lemoire's testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice.
What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo?
Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be coincidence, but how do I make it work?
I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Can't you tell us how Lemoire heard the voice?
Key point to be sure. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
Okay, Justice, you've got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lemoire heard a voice. And she heard it during the second set. Think, how was Lemoire able to hear the voice?
The window was open. She has divine hearing. She was somewhere else. Divine hearing, really? She was somewhere else, probably, I guess.
When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it, had it been opened either. Meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window.
Oh, she had a headset on, right? So when he yelled that, she heard it in her headset, right? That's gotta be it.
It's possibly the voice of the window.
It's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Borginian, too.
As I was saying, Lemoire could not hear the voice through the wet window, so there can only be one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely.
What's this?
You do amuse me so. And I thought you and Good Sense were back on speaking terms. And I'm afraid you and Good Sense speak two entirely different languages. Shall I interpret for you, Air Forehead? Lemoire clearly stated she heard their voice through that small window. And there was only one small window at that scene.
Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene?
There is.
Ah, I know. Look, he also wants us to ask him. Very well. You claim Lemoire heard the voice from another location. Does it show us where this location was?
Lamar heard the voice from
Here. Oh. Oh, through the vent here. Oh, I thought it was gonna end up being the microphone, but it's the vent up here, right? Well, for some reason I can't. This big button's in the way. I can't get on it. It's the closest I can get.
This is where Lamar heard that voice from.
Well, that's no small window. That's the air vent. Okay, so I was right initially. All right. But then again, now I think about it, if he did it, well, if he had a headset on and the guy yelled that, wouldn't Gavin have heard it too, right? She was supposed to have a headset herself, wasn't she? That sort of just clicked with me. Unless she took it off after her performance.
What did she tell us? She said she's a Virginian. I'm familiar with our language.
Actually, I still don't remember though. She said that she was backstage, but when was she saying she heard it? Was she saying she heard it in the third act or the second act? It must have been the second act, right?
She said she's a Virginian. I'm familiar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine that she called this air vent a small window.
Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and to ludicrous. So Lamar was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice.
No, she was in the. I see. So she was. Well, she meant little window. So that I see. So she was in the other dressing room essentially.
It's the only logical explanation. Yes.
Logical? I do not think. Oh.
No. She was in the vent. I see. She was in the vent for her disappearing act. That's how she disappeared and reappeared to the other side. And that would explain, of course, the timeline with the press the button. Right at the moment that pressed the button, his guitar caught fire, and that she'd already disappeared from the stage. She must have been already in the air vent.
Logical. I do not think this word means what you think it means.
Air forehead.
Okay, what about it isn't logical?
Ha! It hardly makes sense. Why would Lamar be in the ventilation system, hiding like a rat? No offense intended to her, of course.
Explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lamoire? You have been listening to our discussion here, yes?
Have you standing at that podium the whole time?
Yes. Admit it's had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should that mean that I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter.
The problem here is words. Lamar, the small window through which you hear the voice, was it up high on the ceiling of the room, not low on a wall?
Yes, it was up at the ceiling.
What?
Or, shut up, everybody! I will you will clarify the statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room? That's where you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact, I was. I'm sorry, I never imagined it would become such an important point.
Yes, well, why the heck were you up there?
Oh, come on. Do I even really need to ask that? I thought I'd figured that out by this point. Please, time for another testimony!
I'm not sure I can't.
May I remind you, this is this is a murder trial. We will hear your goddamn testimony! Tell us why you're witness the crime from above the ceiling of the room! Please? Pretty please?
Well, looks like I'm on the right track.
Okay, above the ceiling.
Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice.
Wow, oh my god, that's a... What? I guess they might... I figure when they said that you couldn't fit in the ventilation, I thought it meant the whole ventilation. Look how massive that ventilation is! She's just scratched out a little bit. Like, a full-grown man could walk in there. You know, or could stay crouched down in there. I guess they meant the hole in the ceiling. They couldn't fit through that, but... I mean, look how big it is. I was just waiting to be crawling and not, like, standing up and just crouched over.
Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I heard there was a small window there before. I was in the middle of the performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. That's why I was there. I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter.
This should be so fucking obvious by now. Bound to secrecy?
A line of work. One has many obligations to uphold.
You say you were in the middle of your performance? Those did happen during the science set.
I did not witness the crime. You must understand. I only know what I heard.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in the detail.
That's what the cross-examination is for, yeah, Airfoid.
Yeah.
Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder this mission.
Very well. Justice, you may begin the final cross-examination.
What are you gonna do, Apollo?
I'm gonna find out the truth. She was up above the ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her.
All right, I'm gonna do this shit.
I need a. What evidence do I have to point out? Like, I mean, I know what it is, but I don't really know exactly what. Oh, the videotape. I'd heard there was a small window there before. I was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. Present it here.
Objection! Yeah, there we are.
Lemoire, truth be told, the reason for your presence above that ceiling is quite clear, especially when you consider what happened during your performance.
What happened?
Yes, it's all right here on this video.
Oh, good. Yes, let's fucking watch it again.
Wrap yourself around my balls. Oh yeah, gonna doodly-ba-doodly-doo.
Okay, Clavia, rip your clothes off time. Yeah, la 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 la, wait a minute.
Boo-boo-doo. Man, you must have had to sprint through that fucking ventilation.
Burning on in my heart, I burn my love away. Oh, my guitar.
Hey, you sound like me there for a second.
Like a bullet, and holy shit, her torso all of a sudden just appears.
I can see the floor panel. I can see the little vent actually beneath her feet there. I see it. I see how you did it. Ah. Ba 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 guitar.
Oh, damn you, Airfoid. This is all your fault. Ah.
As we can see, Lemoire was clearly not on stage for her entire performance.
Ah.
Though it saddens me to be so realistic, Lemoire is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So no explanation as to how she was hidden from view. And during that time, she would move to the back of the forum.
Apollo,
What, Trucy?
it's not nice to reveal magician's secrets, and it's against the rules.
Shut up, Jersey. I don't fucking care.
Whoa, shit, Apollo, shit.
Sorry, I'm really fucking tired of people shitting on everything I say, alright? Because I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fucking awesome! But I'm a lawyer, and I'm not supposed to be nice.
This is all very fascinating. I have learned something today. It's like the masked magician. You guys remember that guy? He was the one that always went on TV and showed off how magic tricks were done. And it pissed a lot of magicians off. Aha! Sucks to be you! But how is it possible? There's only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. Yes, something wrong, Prosecutor Gabbett?
This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed.
Aha!
He's just realizing his own oversight.
Oh dear.
Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace the route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage through the backstage to the rear of the forum. Recall Lemoire's testimony from yesterday.
I was on my way from the backstage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it.
She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A permanent description of this room above the ceiling.
Lemoire knew of this because of her part in the illusion, but she wasn't the only one who knew.
What?
Just now in the lobby, Maki told me something.
I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
Yeah.
He said that.
Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin?
I knew about the vanishing act, of course. Yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me?
Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of magician's life, you know.
Which is why he bound Lemoire to secrecy. Well, Lemoire,
I am impressed, Mr. Attorney. Maki was right about you.
So, what does this mean? Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling?
I did.
Well, that's that, but I'm still a little confused.
why is that, Your Honor?
As I said before. Where'd your clothes go? There's a very little time between when she disappeared and she reappeared.
20 seconds, stops! How'd she do it so fast? Especially she stopped hearing the shooter's voice.
That's a good question.
And then once you explain this to the court?
I cannot.
Very well, Mr. Justice.
Yes.
It's all up to you. Do your thing. Do what you always do. Bullshit your way through it. Just like me, right?
What thing, Your Honor?
You didn't explain how Lamar was able to teleport like she did. Tell me! Tell me how she did the trick! And I'm throwing your case out with the mouthwater!
Why do I get picked on? It's Lamar who isn't going along with the program here.
As I've stated it before, I am not at liberty to speak of the illusion of the night in detail.
Then you'll have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
Yes, if you would, please.
Do it. Right. No, you just can't just tell us. That's point. It's like a student. It's like a student before finals.
Good luck, Apollo!
The big illusion.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There is an emergency exit to the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, no one can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage.
Or what?
One can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way, and when I heard the voice...
Move there in 2 minutes?
2 minutes, you say? Mystery deepens.
I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something.
As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lamar's saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
If you're already a magician after all.
Well, tell me.
Not a chance. I can't reveal into the magician's secrets. Come on.
Hey, you're supposed to be on my side here.
Okay. Well, it seems obvious, right? I mean, the guy said it was like 20 seconds, and she said she had to be there in 2 minutes.
Everyone can enter the forum on the opposite side.
The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. Move there in 2 minutes? What? Objection! What now? What the fuck? Clearly there's something wrong with this. Clearly you're too fucking stupid. You're dumb as fuck. I'm gonna blow up your HP bar. Watch this. Boom! Oh, my powers are absolute.
Ah, shit.
Okay, press on this then. What the fuck?
2 minutes?
Yes, it can be done in 1 minute. If you're running.
Running in that cramped, dark tunnel above the ceiling.
Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me.
Ah, that's true, but...
So you're saying that on the night of the crosser, you made the trip in 2 minutes?
Yes, though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway.
Lamar disappears on the video for 20 seconds, but she said she made the trip in 2 minutes. How?
For my professional opinion, I'll bet the answer's right there in that video.
Well, Mr. Justice, perhaps you have some evidence for us. Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony.
Did somebody tape over it? I don't know. Evidence explain the discrepancy?
I'm just gonna say yes, just see what he does.
There's one piece of evidence that explains the discrepancy between the video and testimony.
Oh my god, that was right. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just fucking guessed until I got it right. I have no idea. I spent so long just sitting here like, I have no idea. I fucking have no idea that this is possible.
Lamar, do you remember this brooch?
Oh, the brooch! We saw that yesterday, did we not?
It was found at the scene, Your Honor.
And you'll bring this up now? Why? I thought we had already determined when that was dropped.
So did I, but we hadn't. Take another look at the video.
Oh, her brooch it disappears? Okay, but what does that mean? She lost it when she ran there?
Here you can see where she's wearing the brooch.
So she is.
Let's take a look a little bit later.
Not wearing the brooch. What? Brooch is gone? What?
Yes, the brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds. It takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can be only one explanation. The Lamar we see before the vanishing act and the Lamar we see after are two different people.
Okay, well, I kind of figured that out. That's what I was saying. I didn't know, like, I thought it had something to do with the stagehand. I thought that's what she said. The stagehand were gonna help open the exit or something.
I pressed her on that, but she didn't say anything else about it. Oh. What? What? So, okay. But why didn't they have the brooch then? I'm still confused, because I mean, wouldn't they just have on the same costume with a different brooch?
The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene. And I was on the floor. On the floor directly beneath the air vent.
Right.
Lemoire, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime?
Yes, I think I did.
Okay. Order, prosecutor Gavin!
From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case here, Judge. I, of course, knew about it.
What?
Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time.
So, I was right. There was a switch?
There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, Lamar was replaced.
While we're on the subject, who was this replacement Lamar?
Why, the man behind the illusion. Valant Gramry.
What?
It was Gramry?
Oh, okay, well, what?
Damn, he looked hot. That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing.
Yes.
The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on the stage.
That's right.
But this fake Lemoire is still singing. And she's pretty good.
That's true. Well, it was probably imagine lip syncing, right?
Come on, Apollo, that's an easy one. We're just playing a recording.
Oh ho ho! The governor's onto some kind of air guitar band, Fraulein.
Oh, you mean I'm wrong?
When we play a show live, we play live, no recordings. Perhaps you can explain, Lamoire.
Very well.
Yes. Do tell. Add that to your testimony.
I had to keep singing while I moved.
Oh. I am so confused. I'm sorry. I do not understand how the brooch proved anything. When she reappeared again, the brooch was gone. But we're saying that was a different person. But how does that connect with the brooch? I don't fucking understand. Where's the connection? I'm so confused. I do not understand. I'm like trying my damnedest. It's probably saying simple, but I just do not see it. I keep singing even while I'm moved.
You were singing?
Yes, Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings. So I used this.
Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling toward the backstage?
Holy shit.
Shouldn't matter where I sing. Everywhere I go, it's the same darkness.
Same darkness. Well, if you were singing while you were walking.
That's right. When the shooter and the victim have heard, she was singing right over their heads after all.
No, because they had the speakers were in there, right?
That's right.
Are you sure? Sure.
I mean, you'd have to be pretty hard to hear and to miss someone singing in the ceiling.
Once again, we come to the state of the scene of the crime.
What state?
I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo.
The speaker? Yeah. The speaker was blaring at the time of the murder.
That's for the monitoring the stage from this room. Monitoring? It pipes in a real-time feed from the stage microphones, useful for knowing when your set is coming up.
Satisfied? That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. That's my request, actually.
So Lamoire singing in the ceiling sounded just like Lamoire singing over the speaker.
Genius! Her voice was hidden by her voice!
Lamoire?
I have just remembered something.
You tell!
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes, it startled me so
So you...
I stopped singing.
What?
Forgot the words I was supposed to sing.
The song stopped?
Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse, so not many would notice.
Forehead! That mixing board I lent you, where is it?
The mixing board?
Huh? Wait, I'm actually literally holding this in my hands right now?
The machine, Apollo, the one that breaks music into tracks.
Oh, this? Completely forgotten about it.
Let's take a listen.
Sugar, sugar, sweet. Adam Levine's gonna sue me for using his song lyrics. Velvet sweet baby all over the naked body. Onto so tight. It does say he missed your cue though, right? So it's gonna be the very last verse of this. But a fleeting melody. God, do we really have to go through the entire song here? Wait, the song does stop there. Where? It does? I must have missed it. Look at the lyric sheet. At the top of the second verse. When you stole away the keys, my heart held on so tight. See where it says pleasure, pleasure. Now listen again. Oh. But a fleeting, okay. She only said pleasure once. Evidence indeed. Okay. That means she's already under the stage. She's already under the stage. Evidence indeed, I guess. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake. The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lemoire's ballad. If that's true, we already established that by this point, I thought. No one on the stage during the second set could have been the shooter. It means that Darian Christian could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Well, Prosecutor Gavin,
Fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
Ford's theory doesn't have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it is entirely based upon Lemoire's testimony.
Yes, there a problem with this?
Yes, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say. What if she is lying to protect the defendant?
But you have no proof.
All I'm saying is that the truth is as yet unclear until we hear directly from the man himself.
The man? You don't mean?
Yes. Though he is a friend and band member, Darian Christian must take the stand. I see no other way.
Have someone with a new perspective on the case?
As a suspect, to be frank.
Cutting straight through the bullshit there.
Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole. And I'm ready to catch him.
Darian Christian, get ready for justice. Just go to the time saying to pause for a brief recess, meaning we're gonna be fucking continue this shit. Prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin. Have the time you save your game.
I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are.
Very well, of course, adjourned 15 minutes. Woo! See you all next video. To be continued. I'm gonna have to go back. I have to go back and rewatch that, like, to understand. I'm sure something probably really simple, and I'm just not seeing it or something. But I don't see the connection. I really don't. And I really hate to say that because I'm thinking really hard. You know, Nico's thinking really hard. I'm using my brain really. I just don't see how the broche connected to how he was able to say there's two people. I don't understand when Gramarye just reappeared. I thought he said Gramarye reappeared at the end, but then why would she even need to go through the fucking ventilation, you know? And why would the disappearing brooch have anything to do with it? I don't know. Anyway, that aside, that brain fucking thing aside, I'm actually enjoying this. I think this is a good case so far. I don't know. I don't think this case has really deserved the hate people have given it. Really, like, good lord, we've had way worse cases than this. And at least it's not like it's totally disconnected from like everything, like the Big Top one. You know, like those characters had nothing to do with anything. I mean, I didn't think Big Top was that bad, but the characters themselves really didn't connect to like much of anything. But this one has to do with Clavier and his own band. You know, it connects to the prosecution. I think that was like, I don't know. I thought that was a good way to do it. And seeing as, you know, Darian is actually a bandmate and friend of Clavier, you know, it makes that personal interest thing, that makes it so much more interesting. So I don't know. I don't really get it. I don't really get the hate behind it, I guess. Unless, like, this next part just totally butt-fucks everything into oblivion. It's just like, all right, here's where the bullshit happens, everybody. Whoa! Pull back the curtain, everyone. But, anyway, like for if you enjoy it, subscribe now, become Peaky Penguin, where the SLP, where the days are always sunny, the vids are always funny, and sometimes they're really fucking confusing. And sometimes Nico just doesn't fucking understand what's going on anymore. Please, if you have an idea what it was, please explain it to me. Please, 'cause I want to know. I do. I want it to make sense to me. It should make sense, I feel like, probably by now, but I don't see it. Please, help Nico understand. I just don't get it. Anyway, sorry. Till next time, guys, stay classy.
Diggity do, diggity do, diggity do, diggity do.